Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
This hotel in Kentucky. Are you plant people? I don't know.
What do you mean are we plant people?
Like,
do we have plants? Like 2 or 3, but Trish, she works from home.
Yeah.
And the dogs are fed, the people are fed. She refuses to work on the plants.
So the thing is, get some succulents. They basically take care of themselves, but I've never been a green thumber. Like Amos used to have upwards of 30 plants in his apartment.
I remember walking in there, and you could feel the humidity in there.
It was crazy.
It was its actual own ecosystem.
Yeah, so maybe he'd be into this, but a hotel in Kentucky making headlines for now allowing guests to bring their houseplants to stay.
They say plants are the new pets.
No.
Why not treat them that way? Bring your little green buddy along for the ride to Lexington, Kentucky for a worry-free stay in the world's first plant-friendly hotel. Because when you travel, you grow.
Look it. I think it's pretty funny.
That is the last thing I think about when I leave.
This is just their unique marketing angle. Listen, you could have brought your plant before. It wasn't like they're just making this new.
The photo that they have for the promo photo is a girl, and she has her rolling luggage, and then on top of the rolling luggage is like this balsam fir plant, like a huge tree. You
guys are just starting to get into the travel mode with sports and athletics. Wait till you get the family that's obsessed with their giant dog, and they have to sneak it in under the cloak of night through a back door in a hotel.
Listen, I get dogs.
Leave it at home.
You don't want to leave it at home. I get that, but it's a plant. It is a plant. It's crazy. Is there room for my ficus? I just don't know if I could get on board with that.
Is Eric Church a jerk?
I don't know. He might have hit that level of success where he forgot where he came from. You know how some celebs do that, some artists do that.
My son, who's a sophomore in college, huge Eric Church fan, calls me yesterday. He goes, "Hey, why is this guy being a jerk?" I go, it's not like I know Eric Church. It's not like we're best friends. If you guys haven't heard about it yet.
Country music star Eric Church has some folks upset that he canceled his upcoming show in San Antonio because of March Madness. In an email sent to people who bought tickets, Church wrote he's instead heading to New Orleans to watch UNC and Duke in the Final Four, saying he is a lifelong Carolina basketball fan. Church went on to call it the most selfish thing he's asked his fans to do. A lot of fans are upset, posting their disappointment on Twitter. They say they spent a lot of money on travel plans for the concert.
Is he a jerk?
I absolutely can't believe that his people would allow him to do this, or the promoters that have him at this venue. There are a lot of people that have just been displaced.
When is the Bieber show?
The Bieber show is May 6th.
All right, so you're about 5 weeks out of that. What if Bieber goes on social media April 28th and says, "Hey, guys, I'm going to go to a Dodgers game instead, so I'm going to reschedule your show." How would you feel about that?
I would feel extremely upset. One, this would be the third year that we have had to figure out when we can go to his concert. But yeah, we're going to spend money on outfits. I just got us a hotel.
Who's us?
Liam and I.
And you're going with your son? You bought an outfit?
We're going to go crazy. This is his first, so he went to Imagine Dragons, but he went box seats. That's not the real concert experience.
In the pit?
This is I just can't wait. I'm so excited. And we know all the songs, and it's just kind of a good bonding time. So
I just wanted to know. I mean, I'm not hammering on Eric Church. I don't know.
I think you can. I think it's a very big jerk move. His own friend, Jason Aldean, was talking about the fact that, he may be my friend, but I don't agree with this move. I think it's pretty crazy. You have a lot of people investing their time and hard-earned money.
Radio Paparazzi.
All right, so the Razzies, that's it's like a tongue-in-cheek award show where they hand out honors to the worst movies and actors of the year. And Bruce Willis, he won for this film.
If I do this, you're going to restore my rank and my pension.
You really think you got what it takes to get this job done?
Ask me that again. I dare you.
So is that for the one that he just did with Lala Kent from Vanderpump Rules? She is now claiming that the producers are covering up for him because he fired a gun twice without like being given proper countdown or whatever.
Jeez.
She said that it was very scary. Like,
now
you
it's
didn't
dangerous.
know when the next time was. But because he has aphasia, they are saying, listen, if somebody has a medical condition, we don't want to make it sound like we're making fun of them. So we're going to take this back from him, which is actually a good thing. All right, TikToker Colton Kephart decided to give out his own Worst Dress Award for the 2022 Oscars, and it went to Billie Eilish.
I hate to do it, but here's my worst dressed from the Oscars. I've had enough of her.
There you go. In response, though, she posted a video of herself on the toilet, and she gave him the finger, and then she said, I haven't had enough of my bleep because I'm bleeping right now.
Funny, Billy, funny.
All right, Kelly Clarkson, she's very humble in the sense that she doesn't want anyone to see her musical awards.
I don't want anybody to see it because I just feel like it's very egocentric to be like, and here are my awards. It's not that I don't want to show them. I just feel like having a trophy room is just not me.
It's okay. Have an office with some of your trophies behind glass. I think it's kind of cool. It fuels you to get more or want more or look at your accolades. But Grammys are on Sunday, by the way, on CBS. Everybody had a really hard time this year with the Oscar swag bags. They were saying they're far too expensive. Each one was like $135,000. For the Grammy gift bags, however, I was reading there's pet food, jewelry, wine, vodka, nuts, chocolate, cologne, simple items.
Seems normal.
Yeah, for these celebrities. Blowing out their candles today, we have Lady A's Hillary Scott turning 36. Susan Boyle from America's Got Talent. Or is it? Yeah,
it was Britain's Got Talent. Remember,
That's
she
right.
was so awesome, but that Simon was just a jackhole to her.
She didn't look the part in his mind, but her voice was phenomenal. She's 61, and John Gosselin turning 45 today.
And if you're celebrating with us, happy birthday.
Yesterday, got on the conversation of just getting sick on vacation. You were in the most pain. That one girl that went to go pee behind a palm tree, and her foot got stuck in some rocks, and she broke her foot and her leg in a foreign country. That would be the worst case scenario to happen on a vacation. But what truly is the worst pain? They say passing a kidney stone is worse than childbirth, vaginal, I would assume, because C-section. I'm just going to say.
Didn't you say it once that having a C-section isn't like really having a baby? Like it's not really giving birth. Didn't you say that?
Nope, you did.
That doesn't sound like something I'd say at all.
Yes, you did. You said, and then you went through your whole Egyptian spiel where they build pyramids, have the baby mid-pyramid, and continue to build.
Absolute fact that women would be pushing those giant boulders up the pyramids. They'd have the baby, they'd give it to a nurse, and then they'd continue pushing the boulder up the pyramid.
How do you know that? Is there an etching depicting that somewhere?
There were several of them with the woolly mammoths and everything in the caves.
Wrong time. Oh, my God.
Exactly
I can't believe I even talked to you about this. Anyway, so I had a C-section. I'm going to say it was a breeze, but the most pain that I think I've ever been in has been in the last week and a half. I can't even tell you how bad a swimmer's ear infection is. And I was brought to my knees. I was in tears. I lost my cool at the pharmacy. Normally I can just be chill. Okay, they're working as fast as they can. But I physically saw them not working as fast as they can. And then the people that were helping me were going
coming
too
from
slow.
Somebody who's never worked as fast as she can.
I work very fast and efficient. I actually have that told to me constantly by you. But I'm just saying, I was in the worst pain, and it just doesn't go away right away,
I had two things that came to mind. First, when I was a junior in high school, I got my ankle caught right between two helmets.
Yeah.
And so I ended up with bone chips on each side of my ankle.
Yeah.
And I could feel them dig in if I don't have stabilization.
Ouch.
That hurt really, really bad. And then a couple of years ago, I had some big dumbbells and I was laying back to bench and my shoulder gave out and it popped out a joint. And I had to beat my shoulder against the wall to pop it back into joint.
You're so manly.
And, no, I just didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And immediately, the endorphin rush was so bad that I threw up all over the place. And I was
God.
yeah, that was bad. And then I just took a handful of Tylenol and, rubbed some dirt on it because that's how I do. So the question is, what is the worst pain you've ever been in? Donna, tell us about it.
I ended up having an emergency C-section with my daughter, and then because they couldn't get up there fast enough with the epidural, they ended up giving me a spinal tap. And then after having her, I woke up and they had to give me a spinal tap sleep. because, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This sounds horrible, but have you ever sat through a promotions meeting?
Talking about the worst pain you've ever been in. I said my swimmer's ear infection, which happened just days ago, was awful.
That's the worst pain you've ever been in your entire life. You didn't fall off your bike, break your leg. You didn't, snap your arm on a trampoline, anything like that.
I have had my butthole disconnected, rerouted, 3 surgeries with that, reconnected, fissures, C-section, hernia surgery. I would take a C-section tomorrow to never have an ear infection again. It was that bad.
My joy today is that somebody's alarm clock went off right as you started with, I've had my butthole reconnected.
Sometimes I feel like I risk people thinking that I'm not as sexy as I am when I name off all that stuff. But Nathan said, so we're looking for the worst pain you've ever been in. He said he ripped the fingertip off the bone of his pinky, or he had a high lift jack go right through his head. I don't know what that is. That sounds awful. Steven got a paper cut once, he says.
Thanks for chiming in, Steve.
Terry says getting cactus spines removed from your butt. And
whoa! I need to know a little bit more about that.
Schmectacles.
How do you sat on a cactus?
It must have just
naked
happened that way. I don't know. This one, Natasha. I'm torn between getting my IUD and having
that bad,
and having hit my acrylic on something and then removing my fingernail.
Oh, it ripped your whole fingernail off.
Oh my God! These are just they make me cringe.
When my wife would get her IUD, I don't remember her complaining about it that much.
Maybe get some cramping or pinching. I've never had an IUD. I just don't have sex.
She might just have a gentle doctor.
Yeah.
Ashley, tell me about the worst pain.
I had 6 wisdom teeth removed.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't even know you had 6. I thought you just had 4.
You don't. Most people have 4. My mouth is too small for the last set of molars. So they had to remove those like wisdom teeth.
Oh, my God.
And they went in and they cut them all out.
Yeah, they put me out for it. Thank gosh.
So you had medication, though. You know what my sister got? She got those dry sockets, those dry pockets or whatever. They're like...
Dry sockets.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I've heard about those. I've heard those are really painful, and I'm thankful I didn't get that.
So the day I got my wisdom teeth removed, I got 4 of them cut out at 8 o'clock in the morning. That night, my parents went, it was a Friday, and we had a summer baseball game that night. And my parents were like, we're going to go out to dinner. So they left about 4:30. My phone rings at 5, and my friend's like, we'll pick you up. And I go, wait. And he goes, yeah. He's like, we need somebody to throw tonight. And I went and I pitched that night. And what happened is your adrenaline starts running so much that you start bleeding heavy. And I just remember on the backside of the mound seeing giant chunks of gauze and blood everywhere, because I would just turn around and I'd spit. My mouth would get so full of blood. And I didn't think anything of it because I was throwing a pretty good game. I was high on whatever they had given me.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting like to the 6th inning and then seeing my dad standing right next to the dugout with his suit coat like over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Just, you could see the look on his face of like, you are the biggest idiot on the planet. And so I decided to fulfill that destiny for the rest of my life.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's Friday and I like it. It's Friday and I like it.
Hey, Kat, why don't you get us started? Tell us why Friday rocks, please.
Sure. Currently solidifying via text plans. I'm going to take Liam and a friend to go ride rides at Nickelodeon Universe today. I'm a rad mom. And then if we have time, we'll do some mini golf, which I'm excited about, and then grab some chicken wings at Bonchon, which is like the best place for chicken wings at the Mall of America. And then tomorrow, have the Nathan Rothstein family benefit. That's going to be great. We have a dinner with a couple friends of ours, and then just
that
spending...
sounds made up.
No, it's true. We have it happening.
It sounds made up.
I'm bringing cheesecake and wine, and they got the pizza. It's going to be fun.
Your
and then
garage.
Just relaxing on Sunday. It's going to be a nice weekend, a great start to it. And that's why my Friday rocks.
Oh, it's Friday and I like it. It's Friday and I like it.
Thanks to C&D Granite. It's fun to find out why your Friday rocks. Hi, Bill. How you feeling?
Good. Great. How are you doing?
Great, man. Thanks for asking. Why's Friday rock for Bill?
Well, I am hosting tomorrow night the 5th annual Spaghetti and No Balls dinner.
Ooh, love it.
benefiting the Tri-County Humane Society. So just going to be a bunch of fun to raise a bunch of money for the animals.
Okay, where can people go to find out details so they can join you out there and get some no balls?
Well, it's at the VFW in Sauk Rapids, 5 to 8 Saturday night. The website at the Humane Society will give them all the information. I have tons of prizes, tons of auction stuff. In fact, Kat, if you want to put that off until Sunday, I've got Nickelodeon and the Moon Mountain Golf stuff. So it's going to be just a bunch of fun.
You know, she's a glutton for free stuff. So
yeah, I got mine for free.
I think you've already. Hey, Bill, thanks for doing big stuff for our community, man. You're a good soul. We appreciate you being part of the show. Have a great weekend, okay?
Thanks, you too.
Take care.
Oh, it's Friday, and I like it.
I like that.
It's Friday, and I like it.
Spaghetti and no balls.
Who doesn't love a good plate of spaghetti?
For me, I'm going to try and get the floors finished in our cabin. I got to catch that chipmunk. But it mostly rocks because my wife Trisha got out of the hospital early yesterday. So she gets to spend the day at home today, and we're going to have a fun weekend, maybe do some drinks and cocktails on Saturday as well. But just kind of a chill weekend because next week baseball starts. I mean, baseball games start Tuesday. Not only Major League Baseball, but our school ball as well. So I think things will get really, really busy that way. And, of course, we're going to have a big birthday. My wife's birthday was just the other day. So we're going to have all the kids back home on Sunday night for a big meal. So I'm very, very excited for that. That's why my Friday rocks.
Oh, it's Friday, and I like it. It's Friday, and I like it.
I got room this morning for one more. Thanks to C&D Granite with David. What does Friday rock you, man?
Don't have to work.
That a boy. Look at that. What's that like, huh?
So does this mean you're starting a 3-day weekend? What are your plans?
Just hanging out with my grandson.
Oh,
There
that's
it is.
cute.
I like that. What's his name? Let's give him some love.
Oh, jeez. Jaxie.
Oh, good. I was like, I can't believe you forgot
What
your grandson.
just happened?
Let's begin now.
First question. Numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
We still get in on this free facial.
Yes, we can.
All right. You want to tell everybody how to do this real quick?
2 more hours. Yeah. Just text the word facial to 320-251-1047. It is like the Mac Daddy of non-invasive facials. They call it the Kim K Fatona 40 facelift. So you got that from Midwest Clinic of Dermatology. We're going to call our winner just after 8 o'clock. So make sure that you sign up now.
And if you've already done it once, you're good to go. Doing it 100 times will not benefit your odds at all. So text facial at 251-1047. As we get Friday popping, how's Kat feeling?
Good. Went to Nemeth yesterday. We have 8 more teeth to lose until he gets braces. So they said probably a year and a half from now he'll get them on. But yeah, it was a nice visit.
So
there.
he'll be 10 and a half, 11-ish when he gets his braces?
Yeah, probably get him the end of 5th grade, I'm thinking. Because they're falling out like crazy. He just lost 3 in the last month and a half. So he has this one that's loose, and then he has a few more baby teeth up top.
It's bananas how quickly they did it. So all my kids got preteen braces, and they only had them for like a year and a half. And maybe even just a year. But I remember I had mine on for almost 4 years.
Did you get them permanent retainers?
No, I didn't. That wasn't a thing back in the day. I had them almost for 4 years. And then here was the worst is that that was when I had started fighting.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your mouth guard in, you get punched in the mouth and your lips stick to your braces. You got to peel them back off.
No, I meant your kids. Did they get permanent?
Yeah, I think both of them do have the permanent in the bottom.
Yeah, I feel like it's just because I got Invisalign with Nemeth, and it was a great thing, but I wouldn't have needed it if I wasn't a dumb kid and kept my retainer in.
I threw my retainers away a week after I got my retainers, and the very next week we had a baseball game, and my dad let us stop at Hardee's on the way home.
Yeah.
And I had them on my tray, and I dumped it, and I didn't realize until went to take them out brush them that night.
Yeah. And they weren't there.
And I'm like, where could they be? Where could they be? I'm going through my baseball bag, everything, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
They were in the garbage at Hardee's. So my dad calls the city, calls Hardee's. They're like, sir, we take the garbage out 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And my old man's like, I ain't about to go digging through that dumpster. He goes, just don't tell your mom. So it's like a year and a half later, my mom's like, I haven't seen you take your retainers out or brush them at all. I'm like,
a year and a half?
I go, they're at Hardee's in Le Sueur, man.
Yeah.
So
I can just see you like pull them out and then the spit stick in them.
I think she got used to me. Like, is it what I would do is that when I would always plug the sink and I would take them out. I'd run some water. I'd throw them in the bottom as I was brushing my teeth before bed. And then you spit all your toothpaste in there. And then I just scrub them up real quick and jam them back in. I was a very efficient young man.
Speaking of going to look for things, I found my wedding ring.
I noticed. Kat showed it to me this morning. I almost said congratulations like she got engaged because I hadn't seen her wear it in so long.
I put it in my purse. Like, what a weird thing. I've never, ever done that before. It only goes in 2 places at my house. So, thankfully, I found it. I was a little nervous. You know it's covered under your homeowner's insurance.
Yeah. I thought maybe Derek had done the splits and it fell out.
He accidentally sat on it.
I wasn't saying accidentally.
I'm a woman.
Remember this?
I can bring home a bacon.
Do it, girl.
Fry it up in a pan. And never let you forget your romance.
Oh, all right.
Jolie, the 8-hour perfume for that 24-hour woman.
I can work till 5 o'clock.
Let it play
Come
out.
home and read you tickety-tock.
Tonight I'm going to cook for the kids.
And if it's loving you one, I can kiss you and give you the shivering fit.
Jolie, the 8-hour perfume for your 24-hour woman.
I wonder who designed that. I wonder who was the brains behind
Who was
that.
the 8-hour perfume for the 24-hour woman?
So the top cities where women are earning at the age of 30 more than men: Morgantown, West Virginia, and then some town in Washington, and then Barnstabletown, Massachusetts.
These are places women make more than men?
Yes.
There's only a couple of them in their little towns?
Well, yeah, they're little towns, but there's a good sized list. There was about 50 cities, but I just found the top 3.
Just guys working harder than women everywhere I look.
We're so lucky to have you guys around, though. You know, like, women don't say it enough. Thank you so much for allowing us to do things like drive and vote. And, you know, I don't think we're worthy
The vote
yet.
thing, I'm against. I just want to make sure I'm on the record with that.
I know.
Having
we're not
women
good
vote
at that.
is wrecking our country.
No doubt. All right. So if you have teenagers, you'll instantly relate to this, especially teachers that teach maybe middle school and high school. I feel for you. I really do.
High school kids will roast you over the most mundane things. I was minding my business eating a sandwich, and a couple of students walked up to me, and one goes, "Mr. Salem, are you eating that sandwich with no beverage?" I responded, "Yeah, I guess I am." The student turns and shouts to his friends, "Mr. Salem eats his lunch with no bev." This girl chimes in and goes, "No bev? It's giving sociopath." My students literally called me No Bev Salem for the rest of the week.
Teens are the worst.
So my son has a teacher who dresses a lot in like corduroy and
why
like
not?
vests that have, you know, the material, and he looks like a little bit of a hippie. They call him Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
They do.
He looks like that guy.
I know, they're ruthless. So if you're a teacher of teens out there, you have our heart.
Imagine calling one of your teachers No Bev.
Yeah. Can you imagine what they say about my mom when she wears her Crocs and stuff? I can't even.
Crocky Clark.
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday, going to the restroom at my house, and on the other side of our restroom wall.
Number 1 or number 2?
Don't worry about it.
There's a huge douche.
So I had my phone with me, so if that answers your question. But on the other side of the wall is Liam's closet, okay? So he had his door shut. He was kind of relaxing in his bed. And there's like a TikTok trend going around where it's like a mom and she's laying with her kid and the words say, oh, when somebody says, how about you and your husband go on vacation, leave the kids with us, we'll take care of them. And then she goes, no. I don't know. It's like a TikTok dub over. And it sounds creepy, but it sounded like it was coming out of his closet. And he's always had this thing about his closet. He hates it open at night. You have to close it.
Really, that's his hang up, huh?
It is. Like, it's never been like an under the bed type of thing. But I felt so bad because he ran out, looked at me, and started bawling, like shaking, crying. And I scream at him because he wasn't answering my questions. I was like, what's going on? I thought somebody like had peered through his window or was trying to get in his window. It was that he was that scared. And then he said, was that your phone? And I said, yeah. And then he still wouldn't stop crying. So I just walked past him. I was like,
I ignored him. I ignored my child in peril.
It was so irrational. You know what I mean? Like I hugged him a little bit, and then I was like, okay, buddy, you got to stop now because it was my fault. You got to like get it together. But he's always had this thing about his closet. So your kids have never, right?
No, they never had the spooky thing. And they even like being in like dark places, isolated in the basement or something like that.
Yeah.
They've never had that.
Well, I remember they would all sleep together when they were really little. Like Peyton would sleep on the top bunk, and then Reagan
and they would all cuddle together. Yeah, because I think it was I think they had this thing where if Trish and I would go to bed, they knew they'd be able to stay up a little bit later, but they'd like, you gotta be quiet so you don't wake mom and dad. Yeah. Like they were good at that, but they never had that weird fear that there was something living under the bed or in the closet.
It wasn't for safety in numbers or anything.
I think that was it. Yeah,
Oh,
I think they relied on each other for comfort, and they never got scared of anything.
Natasha had texted through that commercial. She says, I'm still scared of the dark. I've never been scared of the dark at all.
You're saying it wrong.
What?
It's us scared.
You are a dumb.
No, you're scared of the dark. There's nothing wrong with that.
Stacy says, my daughter used to say something would shake her bed in the middle of the night. My son switched rooms and said the same thing. I'm such a bad mom because I would never look because I was too scared to look.
Stop
What if there was like legit something?
What thing?
A thing.
A thing you should be scared of?
A thing that goes bump in the night. I don't know, but I just thought I felt so bad for him for a second.
I feel bad for him for having you as a mom who just won't recognize the fact that he's scared crapless.
I know he was scared, but I was just like, okay, no. Okay, no.
We're fully aware that not everybody has had the greatest week, but I appreciate you sharing your shortcomings with us and making an FML Friday even more fun. Kat, you want to get started today?
Yeah, I'll get started. Here we go. Today, I found out that whenever I text my boyfriend something cute, he texts his friends and asks them what he should reply with. So basically, I've been talking to his friends the entire time. FML.
Today, my boss brought her cat to work. At one point, I looked up and everybody was staring at me, staring at the butthole of a cat. The FML.
Today, my family had an argument with me because I bought the wrong kind of cheese. They never said what kind of cheese they wanted. The argument ended with my mom saying she wishes she could off herself because of how horrible of a person I am all over cheese. FML. I think there might be something more to it.
That sounds exactly like your family.
Maybe.
At any
over
given
turkey, though.
Food moment. Today, I found out that my girlfriend's idea of washing her feet is sticking her foot in the toilet and flushing.
Oh, my God. My sister did that one time.
FML.
After a hike, she had like brown feet.
You can't just get in the shower?
No, she like put her feet in the toilet at a rest stop. Of all places. Gross. All right. Today, after I spent a fortune on plane tickets and hiked a mountain so I could spread my dad's ashes around the boulder where he proposed to my mom and where my mom's ashes were scattered 3 years ago, the moment was ruined by the fat stone teens doing it on the boulder in the middle of nowhere. FML. You just let it finish at the and then just spread the ashes.
Finally, today, I announced to my friends that I'd proposed to my girlfriend, and she said yes.
Aww.
I thought they'd be happy for me since they were the ones who introduced me to her after all. Instead, they were flabbergasted. My best friend told me, "You realize we set you up with that chick as a joke, right?" FML.
Grab your phone, pull up your text. I'll tell you why in just a second. This girl, she sent a text to her boss, and sometimes you just have to make sure that it's phrased the right way.
I went out and got a coffee, and I got one for my boss too. And I came into the office. I was going to drop it off for him, but his office door was closed, so I put it on my desk right here, so that way he can come get it whenever he's ready. So I sent him a Teams that said, "Waiting on my desk when you're ready." Obviously, I meant coffee, but there's no way he knows that I meant coffee.
So you really have to say, like, your coffee is waiting on my
funny.
desk when you're ready. So look through your text. Is there one that could be misconstrued?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
So my sister got engaged the other night, and she sent me a picture of the ring in her hand, and she said, woke up and it's still there. It wasn't a dream. So she got engaged Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And sent this to me Wednesday morning. She put, it wasn't a dream. Still in shock. I put same. I thought he was smart.
Oh, my God.
I lost another $100 bet.
You literally can never misconstrue your messages with her. They're very blunt and honest. I found one with my friend Allie, and I just put, it's just what I needed. And so that could go any other way. But she was asking how my massage went the other day. I just said, it's just what I needed. So do you have a funny text that could probably be misconstrued by somebody in some way? You can go ahead and screenshot it or just text us what it is, because this girl accidentally, suggestively texting her boss is what's trending.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.